What up? Live, 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 live. Hey guys, what's up? I'm chilling in the van on this here December 25th. Y'all know I don't celebrate holidays, but I figured I'd jump on a live. It's been a really long time. And normally during the day, I'm sleeping. So I'm like, I'm going to jump on live today for everybody. Here's your present, even though I don't celebrate Christmas. Hi. Anywho, what's up? I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope you are enjoying your family, your friends, whatever it is that you do. I normally have a tradition of going to a movie on this day, but I saw a movie a couple of weeks ago, so I didn't want to spend the money on a movie again this soon because I don't watch movies in movie theaters that often. Plus, there was nothing really grabbing my attention yet that I wanted to go to the theaters to see, so I'm just going to watch a little Netflix later on. Anywho, drinking my smoothie. It's really thick. This was the last of the frozen fruit. It thawed out. So I figured I better eat it before it goes rancid. I cannot wait to get a full paycheck so I can upgrade my battery so I can have my refrigerator working. It's just sitting here mocking me, looking at me, laughing at me. Hey, everybody. Oh, so many people on. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. Some of you forgot. Appreciate it. Thank you. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to get the 20K for 2020. I would love to wake up New Year's Day and be at 20K Vanner Fanner family members. I would love that. Nothing would please me more. So I'm drinking smoothie and I'm drinking tea. Crazy, right? Yeah. I'm going to turn this one light out because I think I have more than enough light. I have a light ring. I'm going to turn this light ring off. You guys tell me if it's too dark in the comments. Is that too dark? I think it's a little bit dark. A little bit dark. I'm waiting for someone to say if it's too dark or if it's okay. Looks good? All right, we're going to turn it off. If somebody complains that it's too dark, I'll turn the light ring back off. But even the low setting on this light ring, it is extremely bright and I can barely see the screen. So I'm just like blinded by light right now. If you guys say it's too dark or if the sun shifts, then I'll turn the light ring back on. But I was like, I can barely see the screen. So I'm going back and forth between drinking tea and drinking my smoothie. So you'll see me go back and forth. How's everybody doing? What's everybody been up to? Ready for the new year? I don't really believe in resolutions, not as I get older. I just believe in making every day count, live in the day. Am I warm right now? Look at me. I'm in short sleeves. Yes, it is actually. Yesterday was beautiful and sunny. Today is not as sunny, but it's still fairly warm. Let's see what my thermometer, my temperature thing says. Let me check it. Hold on. I gotta go back here. It says that the outside temperature is 72. I don't really believe that, but it's probably like 60 something. So we've had a couple of good days in a row. This is my kind of winter. Thank you, global warming. Appreciate it. This is my kind of winter. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, do so. Anyway, thank you again, Miss T, for my beautiful crystal encrusted customized tumbler. I am still in Virginia. I will not reveal where exactly in Virginia I am. I got to keep myself safe. But I am still in Virginia. Hey, Judy! Yeah, I'm just chilling. Today is just a day of chill. I'm at the park right now. It's a great place to dump your trash. I spent all yesterday, which I was off because Planet Fitness closed at 2 p.m. So I didn't work the night shift last night, and I'm not working the night shift tonight. They open again tomorrow at 6 in the morning. But I spent the whole day in the parking lot at the Planet Fitness. There were so many cars in that parking lot. I guess people, because there's houses and apartments near, and I think people's overflow guests were parking there. So I'm assuming that's why so many cars were in the parking lot, because it was at least, even overnight, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, there were still like 10 cars in the parking lot. So I didn't feel so bad. And there's some work vans that park in that parking lot, because I don't think you can park them in the apartment complexes and in the housing. HOAs don't let you park work vans in the area anyway. Thank you, Judy, for the warm weather that you sent me. Anyway, my tea. Let me show you what I did with my tea. Let me show you what kind of tea I'm drinking. It's kind of an interesting combination because the smoothie is very sweet. The tea is not so sweet, but it is what it is. The smoothie is really my meal. The tea I'm drinking for drinking. So this is from one of my tea bags that I was sent as a gift last year while I was out in Arizona. It's turmeric tea, which you guys know I love turmeric. I put it in my food. I take a turmeric supplement every day. I have a video coming up about my supplements, so you guys will know what supplements I'm currently taking. So what I did is I had some fresh ginger. I cut up some fresh ginger, sliced up a piece of it, and I sat it inside some agave inside this baggie. So that's also inside my turmeric tea, is agave and fresh ginger. Yum. Put some greens in your smoothie. I eat my greens in the form of salad. I prefer to actually eat greens. I like smoothies to be fruit smoothies. Don't ask me why. I have had green smoothies before, like if I go to a smoothie place, I'll get a green smoothie. I do need to get a some kind of a powder, I think, to do that, because I don't think this blend jet is going to do very well with blending up vegetables. I will give it a try. But I don't also want to have to be chopping up vegetables really small in order for the blend jet to do it. I mean, that just kind of, to me, is too much work. I'd rather just make a salad. But because I don't have to have it too small to make a salad, you know, or just buy a bag salad or something. I don't know. I'm lazy, y'all. I'm looking at my face. I thought I put moisturizer on, but I think I look a little ashy, so let me do that. It's hard to tell what I look. Oh, okay, yeah. Butterfingers. Anyway, it's hard to tell what you look like on the camera until you actually turn it on. Anyway, I have something going on with my lips. My lips are so dry, and I think you would think all the condensation and all the moisture I'm experiencing in this van that I would not be dry, but I am. I am so dry this winter. So dry. But yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on. I've got some really good videos coming up for you guys. I want to let y'all know that y'all are about 2 or 3 weeks behind in videos. So the recent video that you just saw saying that I was still in training, I'm not in training, I'm full-time now. But I've been using all of any downtime that I have to film videos. I have videos ready to go all the way through the beginning of February. I'm just cranking them out, editing them, putting them up there, and just hiding them in the private setting. So when it's ready to make it live, I can make it live. Because honestly, I don't want to be caught not able to keep up the schedule. That's why I went down to twice a week. Every day is just too much. And plus, I'm not doing that much. Like, legit, you would be bored with this channel if I did a video every single day. Like, I'm doing absolutely nothing during the day but sleeping. So it's like, that would be boring. So, well, sorry. But twice a week, I think, is good. Every Tuesday, every Saturday, it gives you a good snapshot of what I'm doing, what I've got going on, any changes that I'm making as I'm upgrading things, as I'm changing things around, as I'm taking away things, whatever I'm doing in the van. Plus, you know, keeping you updated with working, repairs going on to the van. I finally got one repair done, and now I have an appointment on the 3rd to get a engine diagnostic and a transmission diagnostic done to the van, so we can figure out what's going on with it and figure out what the next repair is going to be. It's going to be several repairs to get this van in good running condition. It just is what it is. So that's why I'm working so hard to get this van running, so that when I do start traveling again, I know I'm good to go. So I did not want to have to deal with an actual shop mechanic. I was trying to find somebody who could do it on the side and pay a little less. Unfortunately, because of the year of the van, with it being so old, a lot of people just don't know how to work on older model vehicles. And if you think about it, even though I'm paying probably twice as much as I could pay somebody who works on the side, at least I'm getting some kind of warranties for work. And if something goes wrong with it, I can take it back. So I found a decent guy, older gentleman at a Pep Boys nearby, and he's the only one in the whole Pep Boys that knows how to work on older cars, because a lot of mechanics go to, I guess, school or what have you. They don't learn from like an old school mechanic how to work on old vehicles. So when you go to school, you tend to work on the newer computers, the newer vehicles, um, all these Teslas and in the plug-in cars and all that. So they don't have those nuances that you need to know how to work on an old car. So it is what it is. And so I'm just going to work my butt off, fix my van, and do as much as I can while I'm on the East Coast. Once the weather breaks this spring, Mr. Mumford has put up his 2020 calendar. So it's like, go to arnellmumford.com and you can see what's going on the East Coast, DC, Maryland, Virginia, some North Carolina stuff. I believe there's some South Carolina stuff, but it's mostly East Coast. There's stuff going on starting, I think, in March. He's starting with his RVing and camping stuff. So I'm excited that at least I'll be here for some of that. So that's cool. Anyway, that's kind of what's the snapshot of what's going on. If you have a question, put it in all caps. Journey says, does turmeric help with weight loss and energy? I honestly do not know about that. Because that's not, neither of those are something that I'm really necessarily looking for. So I don't know. Let me read the back of the tea bag and tell you what it says, if it says anything at all. It is not. Oh, it says turmeric revitalizes the mind and balances the body. I mean, that's kind of vague. I would recommend you do a search for turmeric. I know for me, the turmeric, I use it for my joints. It does help relieve pain. So I do use it for my joints, and I am noticing that taking that turmeric. Oh, speaking of which, I need to take my vitamins, my supplements for today. I know that taking it has really helped my joints, taking it in a supplement form every day. It's helpful for me. But I also have to wait until it gets really, really cold to see if it's really still working. But I'm not experiencing as much joint pain since I've been taking it. Ugh, good Lord, what's with my mouth, my tongue today? Since I've been taking it regularly, like every day. Because before I was very sporadic about it. I have CBD creams. Yes, I do not take the oil, but I do have CBD creams. I want to get through all these creams that I have before I buy an oil. I have, a drawer with certain things in it. And if it's full, like all my supplements are in there and my CBD creams are in there, like it's like my medicine drawer. I don't want to overflow into another drawer. So once some things are gone, then I will, start buying other things. Like some supplements, I probably when I'm done with them, I won't take them anymore. So, oh, somebody is just popping up on my thing. Sorry. Once some supplements are done, I probably won't take anymore because I have a replacement for it. So I won't be buying that one again. So, you know what I'm saying? I just dropped one. No, I didn't. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to take these real quick. Okay, Shar is answering Journey by saying that huge quantities of turmeric surely is not a way to lose weight, but turmeric is a way to reduce inflammation, which is why it helps my joints. So, yeah, there you go. Someone's answering it. I do not smoke. I do not smoke. That is smoke. I'm assuming you're just talking about smoking cigarettes. So no, I do not smoke. I tried smoking once in high school because everybody else was doing it. And I thought it was the most disgusting thing ever. The smell of your fingers, the taste in your mouth, the smell in your clothes and your hair. Like legit, I don't even think I finished the whole pack of cigarettes that I bought. I think I gave them to one of my friends or threw them away. I don't even remember, but I was like, this is disgusting. So yeah, it was not for me. Mm-mm. AJ is saying my hair is gorgeous. Can you even see my hair with the black background? I didn't think you could even see it because it seems like the picture looks really dark to me on my camera. Maybe it's not as dark on yours, but it looks really dark to me. So I didn't even think you could see my. I didn't think you could even see it with the black curtain in the back. I'm gonna close this side window because it's the sun's going away. It's kind of cooling off. So I did find a new barber. He's actually a member at Planet Fitness. He was at one of the gyms that I was training at, and he's literally like very close to where I kind of hang out. So, and the cool thing is he doesn't work in a barber shop. He works in like a 4-chair small salon. And so one of the women was there when I went to get my sides cut because, barbers don't really scissor cut hair, not really, unless they have been taught that. They tend to use everything with clippers. And because my hair is long on top, I want it scissor cut. I'm debating still about cutting it all off, but until I make that final decision, I want to keep it long and it needs to be trimmed. And it's last time I did it myself and it's so uneven. So I need an overall good trim. I want to shampoo, condition, and have someone cornrow it for me. So the lady that was there the day that I went to get my sides cut from the barber, I asked her, and so I'm going to be setting up an appointment with her to do the scissor cut, shampoo, a good deep conditioning, and she's going to cornrow up the back because I have a mohawk. So there's a point like this point in the front. There's a point in the back too. So she's going to do 2 cornrows up the sides, and then crisscross them together and pin them in place, and then leave the front out so I can have like a little pompadour. I used to always wear a little pompadour in the front. I love wearing a pompadour. So we're going to do that because I don't do my hair. I don't like doing my hair. This is the most I've worn my hair out in a long time. I just don't like dealing with hair. I really, really don't. Hey, Kathy! I'm going to go back and look and answer some questions. No, I don't smoke hookah. Ugh. Hookah CBD oil, no. So the blender's working out fine. If you saw the last video, then you know how the blender's working. I am working out while I'm at work. Thank you for asking. So what I do is I get off at 6 in the morning and I don't want to go back to sleep for the night. Okay, so think about it like this. People say, oh, you're working the night shift, so you must get off and go right to sleep. No, because when you work a 9 to 5, do you get off at 5 and go right to sleep? I mean, sometimes you probably do, but you wouldn't go right to sleep, right? You'd come home, you would do the things you need to do at the house, you would go to sleep a few hours, like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I do the same thing. Just because I get off at 6 in the morning does not mean I'm going right to sleep. I don't. I don't want to go to sleep until like 2 in the afternoon and then get up around 8:30 and head from 8:30 to 9:30 to get ready for work, eat a little something, and then work at 10 o'clock. Because I'm usually in the parking lot of the Planet Fitness by 2 o'clock so I can sleep in the parking lot. So what I do when I get off at 6, 3 days a week, when I get off at 6 in the morning, I just work out for like an hour, maybe 2, depending on what I'm doing. So if I really know that I feel really tired, then I'll just walk on the treadmill for a full hour. And then I will do the 30-minute circuit, which is a total body workout. I'll do that twice to get another hour. So I'll do 2 hours of quote unquote working out. And then I'll take like the massage chair and get a massage, or the hydro bed. I'm not a fan of the total body thing. I don't feel like it's working or does anything, but every once in a while I get in that rather. It's a stand up. It's like these not ultraviolet, these infrared lights, and it's a stand up thing, and it shakes you. The bottom of it shakes you. So your muscles and your jiggly parts are all shaking. Supposedly between the shaking and the lights, it's supposed to like help tone and firm you. And they have this cream you can buy for like $30 to rub on your body that's supposed to work well with the lights. I'm not into all that. I tried it a couple times. It's not for me. And the hydro bed is okay, but I'm finding that my body prefers the actual massage chair. It likes those nodules that go in there and dig into your lower back. Like that really feels good to me. I'm weird. But yeah, so I am working out like 3 days a week. I don't want to overdo it because the 8 hours I am there, I am standing and walking the whole time. So I don't want to work out every day after I get off work because I don't want to injure my joints. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to injure myself. There's a cardinal outside my window. A female. She's brown and little bits of red. Hi, Cardinal. Hi. Just flew right by. Anyway, that answers that question. I don't do actual braids, so I don't do the fake hair thing. I have nothing against people who wear it. Some people love wigs and braid extensions and all that. That's not for me. I don't do that. So no, I will not be getting any kind of goddess braids. I have no idea when I'm coming to Atlanta. I tried dreadlocks. You probably are new to the channel. Go back. You'll see my little short thing with locks. Just didn't work for me. I just wasn't in the mood to deal with them. I can't palm roll my hair because I can't hold my arms up that long. So it's something I can't maintain. So no. So basically that's the problem. I've got 6 more days. I was able to purge, give away, and throw away everything. I'm exhausted, so stressed. Someone's getting ready to hit the van life. Cool beans. Planet Fitness does not have saunas. No. Yes, so if you're not familiar with Planet Fitnesses and the way they work, they have 2 types of membership and they are almost at 2,000 clubs worldwide. So the way Planet Fitness memberships work are you get a classic membership, which is the $10 membership, which is the one that a lot of people see advertised. That is for one club, your home club. Whatever club you sign up at, that is your home club. That's your $10 membership. It includes working out, everything on the gym floor, and it includes free personal training with the trainer of that's at that gym. So there are classes and there are private design your own programs that you need an appointment for. So every club has that $10 classic, and then they have the 22 and change Black Card membership. The Black Card membership is the one that lets you go to any Planet Fitness worldwide up to 10 times in a month. Over 10 times, if you go past that you're on your 11th visit in the month, you will be charged $5 if you go over that 10 visits at a different club. If you're just using your same home club, then you won't be charged anything. You can go there as many times as you want. The Black Card also lets you bring unlimited guests, 1 guest per visit, but unlimited guests. Like you could have your mom as a guest, your brother as a guest, but you can only bring 1 person at a time with you. So you can't bring 3 people with you. But you're not limited to just 1 person as your permanent guest. You can have unlimited guests, and you can bring that guest with you if you're visiting different clubs besides your home club. Also, with the Black Card, you get everything from the classic membership, which is a $10 membership, but you get access to the Black Card Spa, which is the hydro bed, the massage chairs, tanning, and the total body. Those are all unlimited. So if you want to I used to, when I had a membership before I started working there, I would just go in, take my shower, and hit the massage and be done. That was all I would do. I would never use the gym stuff, but it doesn't matter if you have a Black Card, doesn't matter. Unlimited use of the Black Card Spa. So if you're a tanner, from what I understand, from people talking to people who tan now that I'm working there, unlimited tanning package at an actual tanning place can be like $100 for the month for unlimited tanning. So you might as well pay the $23 a month at Planet Fitness and get your unlimited tanning. Even if that's all you use it for is tanning, you're still going to save money. And you can tan no matter where you are. So that's the cool thing. I think I got everything. What is the next van addition you might be planning? Just upgrading my power is the next addition. I'm going to get a bigger battery. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a bigger panel until right now during winter because I really don't have a way to get up on top of the van to put it up there. I don't have access to a ladder. So the panel might have to wait till spring, but I do want to get a bigger battery. I want to get 100 amp hour battery because these two small ones, I think together are like 60 or 70, and they are just not cutting it. So I cannot run my fridge on these. They would drain them. It would drain them. It really would. But having that second panel would help bring in, because with the winter, you're not getting as much sun. So if I had two panels drawing in the little bit of sun that we're getting, it would help recharge the battery better, that house battery better. So I don't want to use my fridge on my starter battery because that will drain it. And I don't want to run these batteries down either. So I haven't decided if I'm going to get rid of the two small batteries and just have the 100 amp hour battery, or if I'm going to get the same brand of these two batteries in 100 amp hour and just make them all one big battery. I haven't decided because I don't have a lot of space. So until I can figure out space wise how I can make that work, I might get the same brand batteries, just get a bigger one, the 100 amp hour one, and add it to these two. So then I'll have 160 or 170 amps. You see what I'm saying? To me, it might make better sense to do that if I can finagle the space, because it is tight. And remember, guys, it's tight because I left this chair here. Most van dwellers don't have their chair here. Most van dwellers only have their two front seats. They don't have a big old chair in the middle of their living space. I like it because it gives me a place to sit back here in the living room that I can also carry a passenger because I have a seat belt. It's a legit seat. It's the seat that came with the van. So I have toyed with the idea of maybe this spring or summer pulling this seat out, separating the seat part from the base, the swivel base, and finding a smaller car seat from another car, a different car, and putting that on this base so that I can still swivel. But because this, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is a chunky seat. Look at how thick this is. This thing is huge. And my front seats are that big too. I cannot find seat covers to fit these seats because they are like 6 inches thick. They are thick. They're leather, they're huge, they're thick, and they're square, well, rectangle. They're not like oval. See, they're not like the new seats are kind of ovalish. All those universal car seat covers do not fit my seats. I cannot find any for the front seats, which is why I have the extra long, not extra long, the extra large beach towels on my front seats I made into seat covers. And this is that blanket that used to be over here. So, I mean, I had to kind of finagle it. What else? Have you seen Afro Punk? There's the male cardinal. Hi, they're together now. I'm at the park and I'm at the very end space, and at the end space there's a wooden fence here next to me. So there's the male red cardinal and the female brown cardinal. Oh my gosh, you guys are blessing me. Thank you. Thank you. I wish I had some bird seed or some seeds. Oh well. Someone wants to know, have I seen Afro Punk documentary? I have not. Thank you, Miss M, for the hugs. I'm kind of behind. I'm looking. Hey, Maggie. What is my plan for dinner today? Here's my dinner. This is my dinner. I bought 2 salads yesterday, 2 different bag salads from Aldi yesterday. This is one of my, this is my least favorite one, but I didn't want to eat 2 of the same. And I threw the bag away already. I already threw my trash away, but I like the Asian one. They have an Asian blend, which I prefer. I don't like this one because it has, ranch dressing, which I throw away, and it has the cheese, which I don't eat. I'm really, really, really trying not to eat dairy anymore. So I don't eat the ranch dressing or the cheese. So it's like, 2 of the 3 toppings I'm throwing away. So it's kind of like, but I just wanted to give myself a little different taste. So what I'll do is I'll probably just put some Italian dressing on it. I have some of that Kraft zesty Italian dressing. I'll just throw that on there instead. So that's what I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat a salad and, yeah, I'm just going to eat a salad. That's it. That's pretty much all I eat. I don't like cooking. So I just, raw, fresh stuff is what I tend to eat. And if later on I'll have some fruit. I've got blueberries in here. I've got some bananas in here. And I've got I ate all the cherries and I got some grapes. So I'll eat that later if I want a snack. Somebody says, what are my expectations for 2020? Well, I'm hoping to get that 20,000 subscribers by 2020. It would be nice, like I said, to wake up on New Year's Day and have the 20,000. I don't think we're going to do it, but that's okay. I do know that I'll get the 20,000 in 2020 because we're so close. We just need 365 more people. So we should be able to do that in a year. So I want the channel to grow. I want the channel not only to grow, but I want to grow as well. So that's why I'm taking this time to just stop and pause. As hard as it is for me to pause here in this area, I'm just taking the time to stop and pause and rethink some things. I want to, like I said, get the van fixed. I want to have some money in my pocket. And hopefully when I do leave the area, I can transfer this job somewhere else and drop down to part-time because I'll have some savings. And ultimately, working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday would be ideal. And then I can travel Monday through Thursday, just be back in time to work, Friday. So we'll see. A jackery or something similar. So I don't really want to get anything like that. Now, if they reach out to me and want to give me one to review, cool. But I don't think they're worth the money, to be honest, because honestly, for $400, I could get a 200 amp hour battery and be good. So I personally like having my system separate like that, because if something goes wrong, I can pull out one component and swap it out for something else. If a battery goes bad, I can get another battery. If my charge controller goes bad, I can pull and get another charge controller. I'm sure they're great companies and they probably will swap out the thing. I'm sure you get a warranty or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like I learned how to do the solar. I learned how to do the setup. And so I feel confident and I feel good about the fact that I know when something goes wrong, what to look for. So, and I also feel like I don't know for sure what's the highest amp hours with those. I don't know how high they go. I think there's a 300 or 400 one, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. I don't know. I'm just not 100% familiar with those. And if you think about it, a lot of those don't work unless they have the brand's solar panels. So I already have a solar panel. So it's like, will it work with my solar panel that I already have? Or would I then have to now buy the jackery or whatever solar panels in order for it to work? And what kind of, do they have the rigid panels that you put on the roof, or do they have the ones that you put out? Because where I am, I can't do that. I can't have panels sitting outside my van at the park right now. Like, I can't do that. That's just too obvious. So I'm trying to fly under the radar as much as possible so cops don't harass me. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be careful. So, I am off tonight. So we were off last night, and they're closed today. So they open again tomorrow. Maggie saying you can use the little ones to power your phone, and the other, the fridge. I'll talk to you about it later. I have 3 different systems going for 3 different things. Right. If I had a second panel, that ultimately is what I would like to do. I would like to get a big panel, something that's like, if I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think I can fit a little bit over 100 watt panel on this other side. I think I'd have to measure once I get up there, get access to a ladder and measure and see. So I could put another 100 watt panel here and run the 2 small batteries for, like you said, cell phone and tablet, and then keep the big 100 battery on the one panel and run it just for fridge. I could do that, but because those are the only really 3 things in my vehicle that require power, I don't feel like I need 2 different systems for it. I just feel like it'd be a waste. I really do. I don't know why, but I just feel like, why split all that up and have all these wires kind of running everywhere? So I don't think I'll do that. I mean, it's a possibility, but I don't think I'll do it. Like I said, I won't have a second panel right now anyway. And I don't want to split this one panel between 2 systems. That would not work at all. I'm not getting enough sun to do that. How old what year? I assume you're talking about my van. So that's one of the things that I have not divulged about my van is the year or how many miles it has on it. And I just don't think I'm going to be doing that for this particular van. Um, I have chosen not to divulge a lot of things based on trolls and past experience, and so that's just one of the things I'm not going to do. It is a Ford E150, and that's all I've ever said about it. I haven't given the year, I haven't given how many miles it has on it, so I don't even have a name for it yet. So that's something else I'm toying with. Is what I'm going to name it, and I might not decide on that while I'm here in Virginia. That might be something I wait until I start traveling in it and see what it is. I don't even know if it's female or male yet to me, so I haven't decided either way what it is. So I just right now I'm just saying it. So it's gender neutral right now and it has no name. So I think maybe once all the repairs are done and we do a little traveling and I get it to where I'm really comfortable, I've got all my systems together, maybe then I'll figure out a name. I have two names in mind, but I just haven't one or the other hasn't really. At first, I thought I was leaning towards one, but now I'm like, the other one's kind of cool too. So I don't know. So yeah, I hope that's what you're talking about. um, Someone wants to know, is that when they monetize? You're gonna have to ask that question more full. I don't understand what you were asking. So try that again and put it in all caps with an emoji, please. What made you decide to do van life? That's a really long question to answer. I do have a video entitled My Story on my channel. You can look at that. So I'm just going to give you the very shortened version, but if you want more details, you can look at that. Basically, my initial minimalizing journey was to get a tiny house, but I also wanted to travel, and tiny houses aren't necessarily meant for traveling like I want to be traveling. Like I want to do all the lower 48 states, and you can't really stealthily park a tiny house everywhere you go, and they're not always welcome at different RV parks. But again, I don't really do RV parks, so where can I park a tiny house while I'm visiting somewhere? So after watching what I could on YouTube about tiny houses, it started recommending van dwelling videos to me, and I didn't know anything about it. So, I had the same mentality as most people have. Living in a vehicle means you're homeless, means you're poor, means you're down and out and destitute and all that. So in my mind, I was thinking like, what? Living in a vehicle? I've always heard that means you're poor, you're homeless, blah, 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 blah. Then van dwelling popped up on the, recommended. So I started watching them. And probably after 5 or 6 different videos, a Bob Wells video popped up. And then his was a tour of, I think it was Sue Ann's video. No, I don't think it was Sue Ann's video. It was somebody's video living in a car, and the way they had it set up, they had removed the seats and everything. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So then I went to Bob's actual channel and then just watched, like, binged all his videos at that time. It was like 2014, maybe 2015, early 2015, maybe. So, yeah, I just watched a bunch of van dwelling videos and realized I could do it in the SUV that I had. And my second marriage was pretty much over, and I wasn't happy in it. And so I was leaving, and I expressed my concerns and my plans to him. And you can come or go, you can come or not with me, but this is what I'm going to do. And he chose not to come, and so I left. Long story short. No, they do not monetize at 20,000. My channel has been monetized. So no, I'm not pushing the 20,000 to make money. My channel doesn't make a great deal of money, but I already make money. So no, that's not why I'm pushing 20,000. I just think it would be cool to hit 20,000 in 2020 at the very beginning of 2020. That's all. I'm not doing this. I'm not plugging this for money. Anyway. I like your earrings, even though I can't see they are shining. So these are just really the only pair of real silver earrings that I own. I am not a gold person. I don't like gold. So I'll show you them up close. They actually need to be cleaned. If you just get a little cleaning silver jewelry, I just usually go to the travel section and get a small tube of Crest toothpaste and clean my silver jewelry with it. Real silver would get cleaned with toothpaste, and it has to be the paste, not the gel, the white paste. Yeah, I just clean my jewelry with those, so they do need to be cleaned. I think I do have a little tube in here somewhere. I'll have to look for it. I think it's in my extra toiletries drawer. But yeah, thank you. I used to wear a lot of I still have them. I used to wear the bigger earrings, like the Afrocentric earrings, and I do still have them. But when you're wearing a scarf, it's very difficult to have because they're kind of big. They always hit the scarf. Some of them get caught in the scarf, so I don't tend to wear them when I'm wearing a scarf. I did wear the cute Afro woman earrings at work the other day, and I had my hair out, the whole mohawk out. So I did that the other day. It's kind of like, this what y'all gonna get. This who you hired. Because when I went on my interview, I had the beanie cap on. I had the black beanie cap on. And when she told me, that you can't wear that to work unless it's like a religious thing, I told her, I said, I have a mohawk, so I don't know how Planet Fitness feels about the mohawk. So I've been kind of wearing it wrapped so they don't see the sides and the top out. And she said that was fine, but I've been wearing the black one to work. I just wear a plain one because the black kind of blends in with the hair more. Because if you wear a cap or anything, it needs to be a Planet Fitness cap. I mean, they have their own hats. We can buy hats and stuff. Baseball caps. They have like the winter hats. We can buy those if we want to wear them. But I wasn't going to buy another thing just to wear it to work. So she let me wear the black scarf, and she said that was fine. But the other day, I just chose to wear my hair out. I was just like, yeah, let them see what they're getting. Anyway. So I know all about the COPA. My channel has already been marked as not a kids channel. I'm totally fine with that. I'm sure it's going to affect everybody on YouTube until there's a rival platform. We're all pretty much stuck with whatever YouTube deems they're going to do. So it is what it is. My channel is marked as not a kids channel. So that's boring. I don't want to talk about that. Yep, you are right, Lisa. What time is Planet Fitness opening back up? They open tomorrow at 6 a.m. Maggie says she needs to clean up her wires. Can you have the Jackery without a solar panel? And if so, how does it work? So yes, you can use those power packs without solar panels. You just have to be mindful of the fact that when it runs down, 50%, maybe 40 is the lowest I'd go on it. How are you going to charge it? They have a 110 plug that you can go, I guess spend the day at Starbucks or the library and, bring it in a bag, plug it in while you're hanging out at the library for 6 to 8 to 10 hours, however long it takes to charge it, or at Starbucks, or plug it into the 12 volt of your vehicle while you're driving. I mean, you've got to charge it back up somehow. So you can't just use it and not expect it to. So if you're not going to have it attached to solar, you've got to figure out, how am I going to charge this power pack when it's low? So, hey, Ms. Lee. Let's see. Any other questions? I'll miss you too at the different events over on the West Coast, guys. Everyone here I'm at Dome Rock. Oh, Maggie, you're at Dome Rock. Cool. Deidre's in Phoenix. Oh, you have to come find me when I get out to the West Coast, maybe sometime, whenever that happens. I don't know when it's going to happen. It's too early to know. You may not film in a Planet Fitness facility. You will automatically be banned from Planet Fitness if you have your phone out taking pictures and filming. So as an employee, obviously I would not be doing that. So no. You can't do it as a member. I can't do it as an employee. So no. Any other questions? We've been on for like 45 minutes. I gotta finish drinking my tea before it gets cold. This tumbler does keep it pretty hot for a while, especially if you keep it closed up. So I'm really happy about this tumbler. I hope when she gets back to the States that she'll start making these. If she does, I will definitely be doing a video on it. I think she's got another year or two before she's back in the States. She's in Greece right now with her company. Sent her out there, so she's having a ball. If you haven't followed her Instagram, please go and follow it. Look at the video for this cup, and her Instagram is linked in that video. Yeah, she's doing all kind of crafting stuff out there in Greece. So I hope she's selling some while she's out there too. Anywho, it looks like the sun is gone behind a cloud. I've gotten much cooler. I do think, oh, somebody did ask me that question about any upgrades. So the other upgrade or the other thing I plan on adding into the van that I have mixed feelings about getting, which will be after my battery, because my battery is the most important thing that I buy first. Between fixing the car and buying the battery, that's my first priorities, is the Wave 3. If you have been watching the channel for at least a year, well, I think it happened last year. Was it this time last year? Or, well, a year or so, then you'll know that my Wave 3 caught Cardinal, my other van, on fire. Well, the carpet under it on fire, and I had a fire in the van with my Wave 3. I sent it back to the company. They said that nothing was wrong with it, that maybe the fitting was a little bit loose, and so some of the gas seeped out. And so when I lit it, because that's where the fire happened, right at the screw in where you screw the hose in. So they're saying maybe the hose wasn't screwed in really tight, and so even a little bit of gas escaping from there when I lit it, that gas caught on fire. So that's a possibility. I don't know. So they did clean the Wave 3 when I sent to the company. And it was like, oh my gosh, a month of back and forth emails and everything. So they did clean it. They did send me a new hose because the hose itself caught on fire, and they sent me a new hose. But I did sell that, as part of Cardinal's package. It went with Cardinal. So I think I'm going to get the Wave 3 heater just because I love my cooktop. I love using my cooktop as a heat source, but I feel like it's not pushing out as much heat because it's not for heating, it's a cooktop. So an actual heater is going to be necessary at some point. And I had toyed with getting one of the Chinese diesel heaters, which I've heard good things about. A friend of mine has one in her trailer. There's a gentleman on YouTube who lives in a minivan in a really cold area, which I don't know why he doesn't leave that area, because I can't tell if he's working a job or not. Like, why are you staying in such a cold area if you're not working a job? But he has one of the Chinese ones too in his minivan, and he really is pleased with it. So I had toyed about doing that, but again, it has several components. Even though it's cheaper than a Wave 3, it has several components that I don't even know. I've looked around this van trying to figure out where would I put all those pieces. I cannot put the heater under my seat because my seat has no room under it, the front seat or this seat. Obviously, I don't want anything under this seat because it swivels. I want to be able to swivel this seat. Once the weather gets nice, I want to be able to open these side doors and swivel my seat and look out the doors. But so I think I'm going to have to go back to a Wave 3. I'm kind of nervous about it, so I'll really be careful about the hose and making sure that fitting is on there tight. But I feel like I need to push out a little more heat at night because it's cold. Which is one of the reasons why I'm working night shift. So only 5 nights out of the week do I have to I'm at work, so I don't really have to deal with. But I know when January gets here, the temperatures are gonna drop even more. Even during the day, it's still gonna be cold. I don't know how much sun we're gonna get. So we're looking at some rain coming up this week. I'm hoping, long as there's no like major snows, I will be fine. So I'm gonna really try and ride it out in this van all winter and not rent a room, because renting a room around here is like $600-700 a month. That's money that could be going into repairs of the van. That means it's going to take me that much longer to do what I want to do if I've got to give somebody $600 or $700 every month for the next 2-3 months. So I'm trying not to do that. Deidre said, you have been an inspiration, and I'll be doing van life by March. Look forward to hanging out with you and Miss V. Sweet! Will you watch any movies, TV shows today? So for some reason, okay, so you guys know I really have been wanting to read more. That's pretty much my resolution every year, is to go back to reading more. I used to read so much, but ever since van life, I've just gotten, actually probably before van life. Probably during my second marriage, I got really lazy with reading. So I don't read as much as I watch TV and Netflix anymore. So I really want to, but Netflix has had some really interesting shows lately. So I've been like back down that Netflix rabbit hole again. Like, no, I've been hooked on all these BBC and Australian challenge shows, like decorating challenge shows, baking challenge shows, cooking challenge shows. Don't ask me why. I just get into them, especially the decorating ones. And there's one Australian one that's Zumbos something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I love the baking challenges. I'm not a baker, so it just fascinates me. I know how to cook and I am a decent cook. I just don't like to cook. Like, if I ever go back to living in sticks and bricks, I would want like a legit, like 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom place with a roommate, and you cook and I'll clean. Like, I don't mind cleaning, but I hate cooking. Cooking and laundry. I don't want to do either of those. I'll wash and dry, but if you fold and put away, I'm good. If you cook, I will wash the dishes and clean the kitchen after. I just don't like putting away laundry, folding and putting away laundry, and I don't like cooking. Those are the two chores that I do not want to do. I would rather clean the bathroom, to be honest with you. Just let me clean the bathroom. You do the cooking. Like, I just cannot. I know that didn't make any sense, but anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to that wave three. I think it may have just been a loose, thing on the, because I had used it for a month with no issues, and then that little freak thing happened. So it could have just been, you know. The buddy heaters I don't like because you truly don't have a way to control them, and you're gonna just suck up propane, and they're just like the cooktop. You're gonna get a lot of condensation with those. The Wave 3, even though it also uses propane, tends to be a drier heat, so I think it'll just do better for me. So the Wave 3, honestly, the Wave 3 right now is $189, which is not very expensive at all. When I was gifted mine last year, I think it was at 200. So right now they are pretty cheap. I hope they stay that price when I go to get mine, or even cheaper, because they price change throughout, on Amazon throughout the year, so you got to really check it. I think I've seen them as low as 169 at one point, maybe a couple of years ago when I was looking into them. So you just got to keep checking the prices, and this is going to be what it's going to be at the time you're ready to buy it. So yes, you should keep your Wave 3. Hey, Chris, I'm in Havasu. Will you be here soon? There's a video coming out about that. I don't want to give up too much information in this video, but I believe it's January 4th. There is a video coming up about my long-term plan, so I'm just going to leave that question unanswered for right now. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to break up the reading and the watching of TV, but that's not happening for me. In a reality, that's what I should do. I can do both in a day. I really could, but I don't. And I have access to libraries all around me. But no, I'm not doing it. It's a lazy factor. It is. And there's one book in particular that I really want to buy. I actually want to figure out some stuff in the vehicle, and it might not happen until the spring, but there's some stuff I want to get rid of because I honestly want to have somewhere for books. I really miss having some special books. I do have like 4 books that I've kept. Only really 2 of them I really want to keep, but there are some special books by some Black authors that I want to buy and have, and I really want the actual book. So I got to think about that too. So Maggie says she'll do the cooking. Yes, I just don't like cooking. I really don't. And I'm not, honestly, I'm not even a huge eater. I'm one of these people, if I get a taste for something, then maybe I want to have it. I'm one of those kind of people. Okay, occasionally it's like, I would love to have some salmon. Let me go out. If I have the money, I'm going to go out to a fairly, not an expensive restaurant, but one of my favorites restaurants like Silverado or something, or one of the one of the Great American restaurants. Those are nice restaurants. They're not super expensive. If I want a piece of salmon, then I'm going to go out and eat it. I'm not going to bring it in here and cook it. I'm just not. I'm not going to do it. I want salmon. I want salmon on my salad. I'm going to go there, have their house salad, which is a great house salad. And can I get salmon on it instead of chicken or whatever? Can I add salmon to it for the extra $4 or $5? So that's what I'll do when I want a certain thing. But for legit, I'm going to eat fresh fruit. I'm going to eat salads. I'm going to, make a smoothie, that kind of thing. I'm just not into cooking that much. Every once in a while, I'll want something in my stomach that just kind of sticks there. It's really cold. It's just one of those days. So I'll, do like some beans or something in the pot, something like that. But nah, I'm not cooking. I can't do it. I don't like to do it. I don't like it. The book I'm reading is The Money Code. Easy read. I've read it 3 times now. So you don't really have to install a Wave 3 in a van. You can buy the legs and just sit it in the middle of your floor. Legit. You don't have to install anything. All you have to do is make sure you get the hose that goes with it. Now, that's the one thing I don't like about Wave 3 is they piecemeal everything out, and I think that's some bull, because you go to buy the heater, and if you don't know better, all you're going to get is the heater. The cover for the heater is necessary, so you got to buy that separately. The feet for the heater are necessary unless you're going to bolt it to the wall. You know what I'm saying? The hose is necessary to hook it to propane. So all those components have to be bought separately, and it pisses me off that they don't just sell it in one kit. Like, sell the heater, the cover, the feet, and the hose in one kit. Like, I don't understand why you're piecemealing this crap together. Ugh. So if you are buying your Wave 3, make sure you get all those things, or else you're going to not be able to use it. If you do not keep it covered when not in use, cooled off and in use, and you get dust in that thing, you will ruin it. So it cannot get dust in it. You have to make sure you keep it dust free. The front has to be dust free. Now, people have mounted their Wave 3s. If you are familiar with Van City Van Life, Chrome, he at one point, I haven't watched his videos in a really long time. He at one point had his mounted. You can mount them. You can mount the back of them onto something, a piece of wood, a door, a wall, a front of a cabinet. As long as there's clearance above it and on the sides, you're good. So I have toyed with how I would do that in this vehicle. I don't see where I could mount anything in this vehicle, so I've come up with the fact that I might be putting some sort of faux wall behind my passenger seat. At one point, I had toyed with the idea of putting that passenger seat on a swivel and turning it so that these 2 seats, you could have people in and talking to each other. That still might happen, but when I think about the realities of van life for me, I have never had anybody come sit in my van and talk to me in my van. Legit, never. We always are sitting outside the van in our chairs. Now, someone will bring their camp chair over and sit outside your van with you and talk to you, but legit, I've never had anybody come sit in my van and talk to me. And with me having this seat here, I can always have a guest sit in this seat, and I can sit in my driver's seat and just turn my body around and talk to them. But legit, no one really has ever come sat in my van and talked to me. Like, really, I don't think that's ever happened. They just stand outside the van and talk to you, or you sit in your chairs outside the van. So it doesn't really make sense that I put that seat on a swivel and have these 2 seats. It's not an RV. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I have all this room. So I've got to stop thinking about things that make no sense in the reality of van life for me. So I'm thinking about putting an actual faux wall here so that I can have some storage on it and take my spices and stuff off of my countertop and only have my cooktop up here. And then put my spices here. And then on the bottom, I would mount my Wave 3 on a TV mount that I could pull out to have it shoot back into the bedroom area. Because at night, that's all I care about. I want to be warm in bed. And everybody keeps saying, get a 0-degree sleeping bag, get more blankets. That's not, I promise you, I have a warm bed with blankets. However, I want my air in the van warm. I don't want to just be warm in bed. When I get up in the middle of the night to pee, I don't want to be freezing. I want the air in the van warm. So to me, it makes sense for me to have heat in the van. I could easily go without heat in the van and make sure my bed is hella warm. But that doesn't make sense to me. For my body, for me, no. Because I'm going to get up in the middle of the night or in the early morning to use the bathroom. And I'm going to be freezing my butt off sitting there on my little porta potty trying to use the bathroom in the cold because the whole van itself is going to be cold. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. I want the air in my van warm. So if I want to pull covers off because I'm too hot, then I can do that. Because I'd rather do that. I promise y'all, I'd rather be hot and sweaty than cold any day. And I know most people are the opposite, but I can deal with humidity, heat, 100-degree. I can cool off. I cannot warm up. And I promise you, I try layers. It doesn't matter. When my body is cold, my body is cold. It does not warm up at all. I have ice cold hands right now, and it's legit. I'm in short sleeves because it's 60-some degrees, but my hands are ice cold. If I touch my face, they're freezing cold. My hands and feet are always cold. I'm borderline anemic. I've always been borderline anemic, and I have a joint condition, so my joints ache in the cold more so than the heat. So cold is a no-no for me. So I want my van to be warm in the van, not just in the covers. And if you think about it, when it gets warm outside, spring, summer, where's that 0-degree sleeping bag and all those flannels and all those thick comforters going to go? Storage. Now you got to think about storage. Where do I put all those things when the weather is nice? So that's another component. That's why I don't want tons and tons and tons and tons of covers on my bed, because when the weather warms up, where are those covers going to go now in the summertime? So I know that was a long explanation for nothing. Bye, everybody that left while I was talking. What's the name of the book that I want to read? Oh, so the name of the book I want to read is called Small Doses for Everyday Life by Amanda Seales. Right now, it's only in hardback, and I don't really want a hardback. I want a paperback. Paperbacks tend to be a little smaller and more condensed, so I'm waiting. I'm watching it on Amazon to see when the paperback comes so I can buy it. Now, I can get the Kindle version for like $10, but it's just one of those books, tangible books that I want. I really like Amanda Seales. I listen to her podcast every once in a while, and she's very intuitive. She speaks her mind. She's a young, beautiful Black woman, and I just love her book. The other book that I have here that I go to and read excerpts from every once in a while is the I'm Judging You, the Do Better Manual by Lovey Ajayi. So I have that book in paperback, and I love that book. I peruse it every once in a while. I love it. It's got really everyday how to be a better human is basically what the book is. How can we be better as human beings in this world? Like, what are things that we do that we need to stop doing, and this is how we need to make it better. So I like books like that. They're not necessarily self-help books, but they're like general life books that you like, things that make you better, but not necessarily in a self-help kind of way. Hey, Pam. Let me see. Any more questions? Yes, I'm sorry. You can hook up the Wave 3 to the little green bottles. I know there's a specific hose you would need. It would have to have that end that would go on the green bottle and the other, right kind of end that would go on the Wave 3. You might need to get an adapter somehow, but to me that makes no sense to hook any heater up to the green 1-pound bottles. It just doesn't. The only thing I can see hooking up to the 1-pound bottle is your cooktop if you're using it just for cooking, because it'll last you if you're using it just for cooking. I feel like you just go through those things so quick, and unless you plan on being one of those people that refills them, which in itself is risky because you never really get them completely full. So it's something you're going to be doing constantly. I just feel like it's not worth it. Just get an 11-pound, a 10-pound, a 5-pound, or a 20-pound tank and call it a day, whatever you have room for. Let me pull out my... Okay, so I was just gifted a second 11-pound tank. I bought myself the first one, and I was gifted a second one. So I'm going to just go. You're going to see my butt, so I'm sorry. But I'm gonna go back there and get the 11-pound tank that I was just gifted. Tomorrow I'm gonna take both my tanks to get refilled at the refill place. But I want you to see how slim the 11-pound tank is. It's very easy to use. I mean, if I can use it in this vehicle, you can use it. It would even be something that I would say you can use in a minivan. Remember, I lived almost 3 years in Not Your Mama's van. I could easily see that working in a minivan. So let me go get it and I'll show you how slim and tall it is. Okay, sorry about the butt shot. But I'm gonna move this back and I'm gonna stand up so you can see as much of this as possible. So here's the 11-pound tank. This is empty. And Walmart has them. And I believe they're like $47. So you get almost 3 pounds of propane in these. When I filled my empty one up the first time, it was 2.8 pounds. I mean, 2.8 gallons of propane. So the poundage refers to the weight of the propane. The gallons are how many you get in there. So you get almost 3 gallons of propane in here. And this lasted me almost a week, just under a week. I would say maybe 5 days. I think I got between 4 and 5 days out of this using it as every single night with my cooktop on low. And I was spending a lot of time in the van. So I just want to show you that. It is very tall and slim, so it really can fit anywhere. The 20-pound tank was a bit bigger, short and squat and fat. So it was a bit more in the way when I had it over here at the door, because I could keep the cooktop right here and, sit the tank next to it, closer to the door. There's a little bit of space in between the two, but it was harder to make that space in between the two with the 20-pound tank, whereas this one, so much easier. So right now, my other 11-pound tank, I've been using it sitting in the front seat. So so it's sitting in the front seat and I've got the adapter hose coming back here. So now they're separate. The cooktop and the tank are now separate. But because this is nice and small, it just sits in the front seat. I have it covered with some fabric. Actually, my Pac-Man. I have a Pac-Man Snuggie that I've had since living in Sticks and Bricks, and it's one of those things that I did not want to get rid of. Pac-Man is my favorite video game as a kid, and I just love this Snuggie. I mean, I found it at a thrift shop for like $5 years ago, and I just love this Snuggie, and I don't want to get rid of it. So I'm kind of using it to cover my tank up. I was going to cut it and sew it and make an actual legit cover out of it, because like I said, it's a Snuggie. I don't use it as a Snuggie. I just keep moving it around the van, not wanting to get rid of it. So I'm really starting to get to the point where it's like, if nothing is being used or really functioning in this vehicle on a regular basis, it needs to leave, because I want to use storage for real things that I really do use and need. So that's why I'm really trying to, I really want to empty out my front attic space and not use it at all if I can avoid it. I would love to not use either of the attics and just have them as storage in case I need them for something. But yeah, or not use the back one, because ultimately I would love to take, I don't know if it's possible, but I would love to take that shelf. I don't know if you can see it, but the shelf that's here that's making that an attic space, I would love to take that shelf out and just have more headroom above my bed and maybe get all this. That's mostly crafting stuff up there, which I need to go through again because I'm not crafting, and I need to realize, as much as I want to keep some crafts, I'm really not crafting. I need to just let some stuff go. And I have an opportunity to let some stuff go and send it to someone else. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I have a box already started, and I'm going to be going through some of that later today, tomorrow, and Friday, and sending that box off by Saturday, hopefully. So that's the plan anyway. Okay. Well, for the people talking about, or the person saying that they have a boyfriend to keep you warm, your boyfriend's only going to keep you warm in the bed. He's not keeping you your whole van warm, but what works for you works for you. Um, smile, live my life. Hey gal, this is my first time watching you live. I'm geeked. I follow your IG page as well. Oh, thanks for watching. Gypsy is saying, I hear you, Crystal. I've experienced DC, Maryland, Virginia cold winter. Yeah, it's no joke. I mean, it can be almost as cold as, like, the northern parts. And it can be like that sometimes. Brenda says, I love my Wave 6. Yeah, the Wave 6s are huge, though. I would not put a Wave 6 in this vehicle. I wouldn't put a Wave 6 in anything like even a Class C. I would probably not put a Wave 6 in. Like, those things put out some heat. The Wave 3 itself puts out some heat. Like, I was finding even in Cardinal, a lot of times low was not low enough. Like, the lowest low was still not low enough. Them things kick out some heat. I was legit keeping my windows even more open because it was like trying to balance out the amount of heat that was coming in with the cold air because it was like legit so hot. So yeah, I have one of those 12-volt blankets, 12-volt trucker blankets. Matter of fact, I'll show it to you. I've had it for a really long time because I thought this was going to work for me back in the beginning when I first started van life. So I've had this blanket forever. And it's basically a 12-volt heated blanket. This is not going to work because I can't run this all night long. And again, I want my air warm. I don't want just my body warm. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this. I don't use it. I haven't decided if I'm going to let it go or not. I've used it as an extra layer because it's fleece. So I've used it before in the past as an extra layer of blanket on me. But legit, I have not touched this. I didn't touch it last winter. I didn't touch it I haven't touched it so far this winter. So that's a full year now that this has not been used. So in my mind, I'm like, you got to go. Bye-bye. Goodbye. You got to go. So I just don't see running this all night and using my battery reserve for this when I can just get a heater and have the whole van warm. Like, it does not make sense to me. It just doesn't. um Makio, am I saying your name right? I haven't said your name in so long. Makio, it's Makio, right? I wish my rig came with a slim tank. 220-pound tanks take up a lot of space. Yeah, they do. They do. The 20-pound tank is short and fat, so it really does take up a lot of space. If you don't have room to put it outside, which that's, I think maybe next year, I'm thinking about getting a hitch put on and getting that small metal mesh tray from Harbor Freight that's like $99 that you can attach into a hitch, and then putting some outside storage. So I'm thinking I would love to have my propane outside. However, I've got to find long hoses. But I would love to be able to carry propane outside and also seasonal stuff outside. Stuff you don't access but once a year, depending on that season. That would be absolutely brilliant. Like, I would love that. So I think maybe next year I will invest in getting a hitch put on, and that tray from Harbor Freight that sits inside the hitch. So you don't have to have a it's not like a trailer, it's not a trailer. It's just a tray that's maybe, I don't know, 2 feet deep, and you can put bins on it or whatever. I would probably put one of the metal lock boxes on there, and then just use that for my propane tanks. Use that for out of season stuff. Like when it's winter, put all the summer crap in there. When it's summer, put all the winter blankets and stuff in there. That way I don't have to deal with moving stuff around or stuff taking up space. Valerie says, hello, Crystal. I don't see a lot of solo African American women nomads on YouTube. Do you encounter many in your travels? I have encountered some in my travels, yes, but not. You have to remember, just because you're a solo woman nomad, black or white, doesn't mean everybody wants a YouTube channel. I think a lot of people, I don't know why, but a lot of people assume that every person living van life has a YouTube channel. That's not the case. So just imagine how many hundreds, thousands, if not a million people who have channels on van life. There are just that many people who don't have a YouTube channel. So yes, we are out there. So I would not use the 12-volt blanket on your starter battery. I would not recommend anybody use a 12-volt blanket on the starter battery. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now, you're going to wake up and have no battery and your car won't start. You definitely going to want to have a house battery system if you plan on using the 12-volt blankets. The only time I really use that 12-volt blanket, because I bought that before van life, because the SUV I started in, the heater stopped working and I just did not have the money to fix it. So I bought that as an alternative because I didn't have heat. So I would put the blanket across my lap and plug it in while driving to work and driving home from work all winter long. So that's the only time I use it. That's the only reason I have it. I didn't even buy that for van life. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I would love to have my tanks outside if I could. Ugh. Maggie is emptying out her van today. She thinks everything needs to come out and be cleaned and sorted. I need to let go of so much. I'm the total opposite. I am constantly getting rid of stuff. I have gotten rid of stuff already. I've gotten rid of stuff that I've gotten at thrift shops like 2 months ago. I've already gotten rid of it because it's like, okay, you know what? It didn't work after all. It's got to go. Now, I don't spend a lot on stuff. That's why I like to go to thrift shops, because I don't know how long I'm going to like something. And I also don't know if it's going to really work unless you actually get it in there and start using it and putting it in its place where you think it's going to work. So I do have measurements for things that I keep in my wallet, and I have a tape measure that I keep in my little bag. So when I go in shopping somewhere at a thrift shop, I pull out my measurements to measure things that I think are going to work. And sometimes you use something for a little while, and then your next month or two, you go to a thrift shop, you find something that works even better for that, purpose. So you just go, you buy that thing at the second thrift shop, and then you go around back and donate the old thing. I don't like keeping things. I just don't like keeping things. I don't like clutter. I don't like unnecessary stuff. And I would rather just keep buying and buy something else and get rid of and buy something else. I would rather do that 100 times than to have stuff just crowded in this van and not be able to function. Because I'm not going to be happy in a vehicle that does not function properly for me. If this didn't function properly, and if every time I redid my vehicles from the day I started this, if they didn't function, I can promise you that I would have gone back to living in sticks and bricks and been like, this is not for me. It's funny because this guy must be teaching this young man how to drive, because he keeps driving in a circle and he's driving really, really slow. So this man must be teaching his son how to drive. It's funny. I've like seen this car like 10 times going around the circle of the parking lot. Anyway, any other questions? I'm getting cool, so I'm gonna just real quick put my hoodie on because it's starting to cool off, and it's back here. So I'm just gonna put my hoodie on because my arms are starting to get chilly now. Whereas before, when I first got here, it was much more sunnier. I mean, it is almost 3 o'clock, so the sun starts going down around 4:30. Although the sun has been behind a cloud for a while now. So I don't really have anything else to really talk about. So if you ask a question, I'll answer it as best I can. Oh, look at that. Where'd I get this feather from? Don't know. I don't have any feather stuff in here. I don't know. If you want to get this hoodie or the t-shirt with the Afro Girl, remember that is in my T store. A lot of you don't realize I do have merchandise in my Teespring store. If you're looking for hoodies, tees, whatever, some of them say van life, some of them are more related to like it's an Afro Girl. It's black, more black pride. I have some that are just cool sayings on shirts. Like I got myself one of the shirts out of the Teespring store. It says, whatever you are not changing, you are choosing. So I wear that when I work out. I think I'm going to actually get a second one. I think I'm going to get a tank top, or make a tank top, because I don't think I made that in a tank. I think I'm going to get it in a tank and wear that for working out and save the t-shirt for actually wearing. Or I think I might get it in a hoodie. Maybe. We'll see. What else? Have you all tried Poshmark? I don't know what that is, but please don't spam us with it. Monster says purging is hard. I have the total opposite. I love purging. When I get rid of stuff, I completely feel happy, elated, lighter. I just look around and be like, oh, I've got so much space now. I got empty sections. I like seeing empty. Like legit, if I could live in this vehicle, and that's a goal for me. I know it's not going to be in the next year, maybe two, maybe three. If I could legit have nothing in the two little attics, which I call attics or the upper storages, and really nothing under my bed, that would make me happy. If everything had a specific place and stayed in that place, I would love it. But sometimes you can't. Like I can't hang all my summer clothes and all my winter clothes in my closet because I don't have a lot of closet space. I mean, it's legit like this long. All my winter stuff and all my summer stuff is not going to hang on that small little rod. So I have to think about like logistics. Like I have like I'm even because I'm not in Arizona this year and I'm not doing any kind of campfires. I have an outfit that I wear to the campfires and I'm like, do I really need an outfit for the campfire? And now that I have to be careful not to purge too much because at some point I am going to go back to being nomadic. So some of the things that I use in nomad life, I don't necessarily use in stationary life. So I have to be careful not to purge stuff that I'm going to need later and have to buy again. So because I was going through like my clothing and stuff and pulling things from clothing up here and putting it under the bed instead. So I have one bag up there and it has my comfy hoodie and my ski pants. Those are what I wear at winter at the campfire so that those can get smoky smelling because I do not like smoky smelling clothing. And I tend to wear my clothes twice. So if it smells like smoke, I'm not going to wear it again. So I have an outfit to sit next to the campfire in, and that can get smoky, and I can sit it outside during the day to air out, and then wear it at the campfire for 2 or 3 nights. Who's this guy? Is he coming over here? Don't bother me. Don't come over here bothering me. Hopefully he's just walking by. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going through stuff and I'm saying, what can I use? What do I need? That was weird. Why is he walking over here? Like there's a fence right here. Like, why are you walking over here? Okay, I don't know where he went. I can't see him. Maybe he went behind me that way. There's a sidewalk there. Anyway, that was weird. Anyway, I'm just trying to figure out what I need for stationary life and do I need it for nomad life. If it does not serve purpose in both, I'm trying to decide if I should keep it or not. So that's kind of what I've been doing while purging. So I did keep the fireside outfit because I do know that when I go back to nomad life, that is something I'm going to want to have is one outfit that gets smoky sitting by the fire. So because we used to do a fire almost every night, not every night, but like during RTR we did one every night. But in regular camp, we tend to do one every couple nights. We ask around who wants to do a fire. Do we have enough wood? That kind of thing. Yeah, it's kind of like hit or miss. So, oh, you're talking about selling. So the thing for me about selling things is that means I got to keep it. What you don't realize is I'm in a van. I mean, you realize I'm in a van, but you also you're thinking about selling stuff while you're living in a house. So you have a place to put that stuff until it's sold. I have to keep that stuff in this van somewhere until it sells. It's not going to sell the same day I put it up for sale. I have stuff on Craigslist right now that hasn't sold and it's been 2 weeks. I'm already starting to be like, okay, this stuff about to go to a thrift shop because for real, I'm tired of it being in my way. I'm tired of it being under my bed. I'm tired of it being, on my front seat or, on the floor of my front seat area. So it's like that's where I have stuff stowed away that I'm trying to sell and make money. But after a while, if it doesn't sell, I'm just going to let it go. It's just going to go. Bye. You just got to go to a thrift shop. I'm just going to donate it. It's over. I'm done. So it's different trying to do that kind of stuff when you have sticks and bricks or somewhere you can take it to store it while you're waiting for it to sell. Otherwise, it's just in my space. And this is a small enough space as is. Makio. um, what is he doing? Weird old man. Somebody said, I didn't know that was something you were selling. Cool. I like it. What? What did I just say I was selling? Did I just say I was selling something? I'm not selling my tank. Is that what I don't remember what I said. Um, yes, membership is included when at the job. Yes. I'm retiring in just under 17 months and I'm currently searching for an RV. I'm looking forward to meeting and connecting with other female nomads. Good for you, Valerie. I would say check out Bob Wells's forum and connect with people in your area. You can definitely find, and once you get your RV, see if he's still doing the caravans and connect with the caravan. The caravans seem to be a good way to connect to people. I mean, they're mostly on the West Coast, but I'm assuming everybody's going to pretty much go out to the West Coast. It's just so much easier to be a nomad on the West Coast. um, how have you been feeling since you have slowed down traveling for a while? So, physically, I feel fine. Mentally, not so great. I'm struggling mentally with not being out there, with not connecting with my family that I made on the road. Um, it is what it is. I have to keep reminding myself, and I had to even write it on my dry erase board. You're doing this for a reason. There's, oh my gosh, one of my, one of my little beads, one of my little crystals came off. No, 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 no. One of my red little crystals came off. It's on the bottom now. Oh my gosh. I gotta get some crazy glue and put it back on. I don't know what kind of glue she used, but I'm about to put crazy glue on it. I'm sorry. I just had a moment. I mean, I don't want this to be decoration. I actually want to use it. I don't want to just sit it somewhere and have it as decoration. But I might have to. I might not be able to use it if it's gonna be too fragile. Where can I put this so I don't lose it? This one itty bitty little teeny baby crystal. Hold on, I'm having a moment. Let me find a little baggie to put it in. Hold on. I gotta contact Miss T and tell her it came off. Oh my gosh, it's a huge baggie for one little crystal, but this is the smallest baggie I have. This is the snack size baggies. I like the snack size baggies with the top, not the snack size baggies that go this way. I love this kind. So they're at Dollar Tree. See my little crystal? It came off. It came off. No. No. All right, I'm sorry. I don't know what I was saying. I don't know what question I was answering. You'll have to ask it again. I have no idea what I was answering. Oh, I was talking about not traveling and how I'm feeling. I'm having heart palpitations right now. Please don't nobody else come off, okay? Don't do that to me. Yeah, so mentally I really want to be in Arizona. I mean, to have done it for the last 2 years, when September came and went, and then October came and went, November came and went, now we're at the end of December, I'm just like so I mean, the last time I was stationary here in Virginia, I was seeing a therapist, I was on medication. I don't want to do that again. I'm trying to keep my spirits up. We'll see. Oh, my doors are always locked. I don't use eBay, so I don't even buy from eBay. I think I've bought one thing from eBay, so yeah, I don't know. How's the new gig? The job is good. It's good. You looked for the hoodie. Where can you find it? The link is on all my videos of my Teespring store. It's there. It hasn't gone anywhere. In the description box of all my videos, you're just gonna probably have to scroll. I have a lot in my description box. Most people do not read the description box. If it's not in the first 3 lines, people just don't read it. You have to read everything. I have links for everything down there. So just go down there and find it. Oh, Judy left. Bye, Judy. Um Oh, somebody got deleted. What is going on with all these deleted messages? Okay. Remember, if you are an admin, if it's someone is clearly a troll, don't just delete what they're saying. They can just keep saying stuff. You need to actually block user from channel, okay? Don't, because they can keep coming back. I don't know what's going on with that person because I'm not seeing. Okay, then Luke needs to go. He just needs to go. Anyway, I guess there are no more questions. Nobody's asking any more questions. If I can get these last 20 people who didn't do a thumbs up to hit the thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. I'm worried about my crystal now. Now I feel like the ones next to it are more inclined to pop off because they don't have that one holding it in. Look. That's where it popped off from, right there. See it? Right there. And I feel like the two next to it are going to pop off because they don't have that one next to them. They're going to be more susceptible for popping off. Anyway. Please don't do it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Good morning. Ooh, where are you at? Sean wants to know what's this about. It's just a live chat, just like it says on the thumbnail. Just a live chat. Just chatting. That's all. Just thought I'd jump on a live today. That's all. It's been a little while, and I just thought that I would jump on and say hey. Ah, California. I thought it was 12 o'clock in California. Aren't you 3 hours? Huh. Huh. I don't celebrate holidays, so there's nothing for Christmas. Can you talk about natural hair care because yours always looks so good? I will show you what I use on my hair, but I can't really talk about it because, and that is why my hair looks the way it looks, is because I don't do nothing to it. The more you manipulate your hair, the longer it's gonna take you to grow it, and the more damage you're probably doing to it. Stop manipulating your hair. The less you do to your hair, really, the better. Products you want to use: Hydrotherma Naturals. Hydrothermanaturals.com. Get you the hair growth oil, get you the daily moisturizer lotion as your first two products. They can be used daily or every other day, how often however often you moisturize your hair and twist it up or whatever. That's it. You can add to the line later. It is expensive as hell, but it's so worth it. It's all I've used on my hair since like 2011 or 12 maybe. I swear by it. It's like $20 for each, so that's $40 right there. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it online on her website. I think she's got a sale going on right now for the holidays. Some beauty supply stores, if you go to the website, you can find where they sell it in the beauty supply store. I do have a beauty supply store here in this area that sells it, so I'm able to get it right at the store if I wanted that day. But yeah, I mean, best products ever. But I don't manipulate my hair very often. I twist it up maybe twice a week. And sometimes when I twist it up, I leave it twisted and just wear a beanie cap and leave the twists in. I have those satin lined beanie caps. They are down below in the description box of all my videos. You'll see my Amazon store link. They are in my store. Other than that, I don't really do much to my hair. I mean, it's out today. It's a little dry, so today's one of the days I'm going to twist. So tonight before I go to bed, I will moisturize and twist my mohawk up, leave it twisted, open it up tomorrow before I go to work and wear it out at work probably, since I can't wear a beanie cap at work. So that's really the only reason I've been wearing it out more, is because I can't really wear the beanie cap at work. So I've been toying with the idea of cutting it all down to a really, really, really short cut, really low cut. But I haven't decided that yet. So until then, I've got to kind of do something to it once or twice a week. But yeah, that's all I do to my hair. I really don't manipulate my hair very much, and it does grow like crazy, and I really attribute that to the fact that I'm not constantly styling my hair and messing with my hair. I just don't do my hair. I'm not answering that. I'm not even acknowledging that. Hey, from St. Louis. Oh, it was 11:59 when you said good morning. Okay, cool. No, I have not really celebrated holidays as an adult. I did kind of do Thanksgiving Day with the second husband. That was a big deal for his family, so we did that. The years we were married with his family, but it's not a big deal to me. So I don't do holidays. I look at I mean, most people don't celebrate holidays because of their original intention, but I also am sensitive to the roots and origins of holidays, and so I think that makes me not want to celebrate them. So I don't want to normalize and okay holidays that have to do with genocide and their original roots. So that's why I choose to not celebrate holidays. So I want to be sensitive to other people, indigenous people of this land. Like celebrating Thanksgiving is just like a slap in the face to them, even though that's not why people are celebrating Thanksgiving. My thing is, why can't you do a big family gathering like that on a different day instead of Thanksgiving? Why do we have to do it on that day? Just saying. I'm just saying. That man is still walking around. He's just weird. I don't know what he's doing. Um, let's see. Am I still doing the telephone job? We don't talk about the telephone job unless it's Freaky Friday. So the next time I am able to do a Freaky Friday, you can ask me that question. Um, yeah, I would probably do that, Pam. Put some crazy glue and clear nail polish on it or something. I don't know. I don't know. Do I celebrate birthdays? Kind of, sort of, kind of, sort of. I used to just do my birthday and Mother's Day were kind of my celebratory things throughout the year, but I don't even really do those anymore. Um, I think when I turn 50, I might do something special, but I've got a year and a half to think about that. I am in Virginia still. Um, Thank you for the info. Found their website. Good. Yeah. You look like you're in a bad mood. I am not in a bad mood. I don't know how I look to you that makes me look like a bad mood. Hey, flash in your pan. If you guys want to see some cool videos, I haven't been watching a lot, Flash. I'm sorry. And I cannot remember your first name. Forgive me. I haven't really been doing a lot of other YouTube channels. I've been kind of doing my videos and now I'm starting to do the stories, but I haven't been really watching a lot of YouTube channel videos personally. I've been watching some crafting stuff, but really haven't been watching a lot of YouTube. I really should get back into watching some of the channels and supporting some of the channels that I want to support, even if I just let them run in the background. But Flash in Your Pan has a cool channel if you want to watch his channel. Um, you can talk about your channel in the comments if you want to do that. That's fine. But he has a really cool channel. I mean, it's not something that I would do personally myself, but go check him out. Elle says Thanksgiving is a big slap in the face to us as well. Yes, I can see how as black people that can be, for us as well, but I feel like for the indigenous people of this land it's even more so because that's where it started. So it's even more of a slap in the face for them. So anyway, um, yeah, I just don't. And honestly, for I find this is one of the reasons why I'm not a Christian anymore. And really, I don't want to get into this conversation. Politics and religion are two things that I never talk about on my channel. But I'm just gonna just real quick, step into this religious thing for just a quick little snippet. And most people probably have stopped watching this video in the replay anyway. So, um, if you are a Christian person and you are celebrating Christmas, I never understood it. As a previous Christian, I'm not a Christian anymore. I don't practice a religion. I am spiritual. But I did a lot of digging into Christianity because my questions weren't being answered by pastors or people in authority, figures in the religion. They were not answering my questions and they kept trying to tell me to go read my Bible. And I'm like, but the Bible can't answer everything. And when you study to be a pastor, you didn't just read the Bible when you took, theology. So I started reading books. This was years ago, back in the, late 90s, early 2000s. I started reading lots of other books to try and figure out what the Bible that they were telling me to go to was saying. There is a scripture in Jeremiah that talks about decorating a tree. It's something that the pagans were doing already as part of a pagan celestial celebratory thing. They were chopping down trees and decorating them. And there is a specific verse in the Bible in Jeremiah that says it. And I can't remember off the top of my head what it is right now, but it is in Jeremiah. So peruse Jeremiah and find it. Do a Google search, you'll find it. But it talks about the pagans. It says don't be as the pagans. Don't do as the pagans do, where they, I'm paraphrasing, chop down a tree and decorate it something. Anyway, so don't do as the pagans do. And what do people do at Christmas? They get trees and decorate them. It's a pagan thing. But yet you're calling yourself a Christian. So people don't realize that. And I believe it was Constantine, when he was trying to Christianize the pagans and bring them into the fold of Christianity, Catholicism, whatever, he let them keep a lot of their practices and just incorporated the Christianity into it. So it was like, okay, we're going to say this is Jesus' birthday that y'all celebrating, not that you're celebrating the sun god and the moon god, the celestial beings, which is what they were doing. So it's like, we're just going to say this is Jesus' birthday. Jesus was not born in December, okay? If you really want to get into it, he was not born in December. So think about it. Anyway, that's as far as I'm going to go with that. We're not going to have a big discussion about it. So I don't practice religious holidays. I don't practice any kind of pagan holidays. I am very spiritual. I do believe in a creator. I do believe I was created. I do not believe I was made through a bang or ooze up out of some ooze. I do believe humans were made by a higher power. So I do believe in a higher power. I don't call it God. I don't believe in the Trinity. The Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I don't believe in that, but I do believe there is a creator, and I call it the creator. I don't necessarily call it he or she because I don't know what sex or gender or whatever, if the creator even takes one. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. I'm just very spiritual. I do pray. I do meditate. I do write down thoughts and prayers and affirmations, and I do speak things into existence. I do use the sage and I do smudge. I do lots of spiritual things that feel right to me. So that's where I stand on that. So anyway, there it is. Hey Ed, that's Flashing Your Pants name. That's what it is. Sorry. Yes, when I get back to the West Coast, there are a lot of people who have offered to feed me. So I will be checking for y'all when I get back to the West Coast. Yes, I love it when people want to take me out to eat. That's when I'm like, yes, let me get my salmon now. Because I really don't eat a lot of fish anymore. And I've completely tried to stay away from tuna. I do have a couple packets in here I will be trying to finish off, but I just don't like the way my this is going to get really gross for some people and a little bit TMI for some people, but y'all know I'm 100%. I'm 100. I keep it 100. Ladies, Certain foods throw off our feminine hygiene pH. That's all I'm gonna say. You should know what I'm talking about, ladies. I find for me that tuna is one of them. So if I eat tuna, I drink tons and tons and tons of water. I drink, I drink tea and I eat lots of fruit that day as well to kind of keep that pH regulated. There was a small window of time when I was eating too much tuna and not drinking enough water and not eating enough things to counteract the pH, and I was having a little bit of an issue down there. So that has been resolved now. I figured it out. I was getting a little too tuna happy. So yeah, there are certain foods, ladies, you want to avoid to keep that pH regulated. You should be drinking tons of water anyway. But if you want to keep your girl sweet, eat lots of fruit. Your man will thank you, or your woman will thank you. I just made this X-rated. Anyway. You know what, Ed? I keep saying every night that I'm going to jump on one of his lives on one of my nights off because I'm working night shift now. So I could do a Friday night or I could do a Sunday morning. And I honestly forget. If I don't have an alarm on my phone for something to remind me of it, I forget. So I'm going to legit try and do the Sunday mornings because I need to be up anyway in the mornings and staying awake until 2 p.m. because I need to sleep from 2 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. to go to work the night shift. So I'm going to try and start doing a Sunday morning. I think he does the Sunday morning recaps. I don't know if he's still doing them. I'll check it out. I miss you guys too. I really, really do. Um, anyway. I'm just scrolling through some of you guys' comments. Sushi. Ooh, I'm not a fan of sushi. I don't want my fish raw. I will eat the vegetable sushi. The vegetable sushi is really good. I do like that. I've had that before, but I'm not a fan of raw fish. It's not my thing. So yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Um, we are in winter solstice time right now. The beginning of the new cycle. Just saw winter's lowest moon was beautiful. Oh, that's great. Hi, Shay. So good to see you. Freaky Friday, Christmas. No, we're not doing that. Oh, it's Friday morning recaps. Okay, so I'll do Friday mornings. I will try that. Sunday is open line panel. Okay. Okay, I'll try and do between the Friday mornings and the Sunday open line panel. I'll try and do one of those or both if I can. I just got to put that alarm in my phone and remember. It was just so much easier on the West Coast doing the nighttime because even if I wasn't working at night, remember, we were ahead when I was out on the West Coast. Now I'm in the exact same time zone as him. So when he was doing 10 p.m. East Coast time, that was like 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock for me on the West Coast. So it was easy to jump on and stay on, no problem. But 10 p.m. this time, I am knocked the heck out when I wasn't working night shift. I was knocked out by like 7 o'clock in the evening because it's dark at like 4:35 and it was all it. I struggled to stay awake before working the night shift. I struggled to stay awake because once it's dark, it's like my body's like, okay, it's dark, it's time to go to bed. So that's how my body works. I'm up when the sun's up and I'm going to bed when the sun go down. So it was really difficult for me to switch my body over to night shift. Not really, really difficult. So I kind of switched over to night shift now. So now I'm like trying to stay awake all day long. So I'm trying to find things to keep myself occupied from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like, what do I do? What do I do? If I lay down on that bed, I'm going to go to sleep. So I find myself sitting here a lot, which is another reason why I want to get back into reading, even though reading sometimes puts you to sleep. But I want to get back into reading because I can work out in the morning, and then read a book. So I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. Anyway, my tea is still hot. Almost 2 hours we've been on, and this tea is still hot. I can drink it straight. Well, it's still a little too hot to just gulp, gulp, gulp. Put it that way. I can take good sips though, like bigger sips than I was. And I don't know what kind of tumbler this is, because she put her label on the bottom, so I can't even tell what brand it is. So I can't even tell you what tumbler this is, and there's no branding on it whatsoever. She buys them in bulk. I do know that. And it does say hand wash. I've always hand washed. Obviously, I don't have a microwave. I mean, a dishwasher. Do not microwave. Oh, here's the name of her. Let me lock the lid. Here's the name of her website. I mean, her Instagram. Hold on. Let me. Creative Enterprise. Can you see that? The eight. There's an 8. CR number 8 IVE Enterprise. CR number 8 IVE Enterprise. That's her Instagram. If you go on there and check out all her cool creations that she's been making, I've been kind of a little bit watching her Instagram. I love Instagram. I used to hate Instagram. Now I hate Facebook. I want to get rid of Facebook so bad. I hate Facebook. That's why I don't share my Facebook link with you guys, because I don't even really want to use Facebook. I only use it because I have people on there that aren't on Instagram. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter, but I try and post at least once a week on Twitter if I can remember. But Instagram is like, I like Instagram, and I'm not happy the fact that Facebook runs Instagram now. I think they bought it a couple years ago or something, because I didn't think, did Facebook always own Instagram, or was that a new purchase within like the last 5 years? I don't even know. Ugh. Anyway, I have nothing else to talk about, so it's up to you guys to keep the conversation going. There's 111 people watching. Somebody clearly has something they want to talk about, or a question. I know if you're watching this replay, this is really long and boring, but I figured I'd jump on live for you guys anyway. So it's going to be what's going to be. It's either going to get the views or it's not. All right. See you later, Ed. I'll jump on and say hi. Yeah, I have nothing more to really discuss or talk about. I need to finish my smoothie. It's just 3:30 here. Hanging at the park for probably another 20 or 30 minutes before it gets dark. So if you guys want to hang, I'll hang. If not, we'll get off. Thank you for staying on FB for me, the old fogey. I don't know. I just kind of, there are just some people who don't have Instagram, and there are some people that post things that I want to see, and they just happen to be on Facebook. So I do go over there. So I do love the feature on Instagram where you can have your same Instagram post go over to Facebook, because a lot of times I don't go on Facebook for days at a time, and then I'll go on and do all my liking and stuff. Because my it looks like I'm on Facebook a lot because I'm posting a lot, but I'm really posting on Instagram, and it's just also sending a duplicate over to Facebook. So I'm not necessarily logged on to Facebook all the time. Have you worked out your heating issue? Yes, heating issue is all worked out. I have a couple more videos coming about the cooktop. I added something to the cooktop that helps with the warmth factor even more so. So I think I'm going to get off at the 2-hour mark. So that gives you guys about 7 more minutes. I think 2 hours is long enough to be on a live. Yeah, and then that'll give me time to go find a place to park before it gets dark, eat my salad, and get my heat going, because it's starting to get a little chilly up in here. But yeah, I have worked out the heating, but there are some videos coming about how I use the cooktop as a heater, and there's one more video coming about how I even modified the cooktop even further to make the heating even better. Hey, Mr. G. How do you eat healthy without having to cook a lot? I eat a lot of raw fruits and vegetables, smoothies, salads. You could almost call me, for the most part, probably 80% of my diet is raw vegan. Yeah. And within that, there are days where I am a fruitarian. So that means I'm only eating fruit. There are, 1 or 2 days out of the week where I eat nothing but fruit for the whole day. That's it. So yeah, I'm pretty much a raw vegan 80% of the time. I do allow myself, now that I'm working, I do allow myself the treat of going out to one of my, favorite restaurants, like IHOP. I like the chicken Florentine crepes, but I get it without chicken and extra mushrooms instead. So I do, I just had that a few weeks ago. So I do allow myself, a little meal out. I go to Silverado or Mike's American Grill, or I go to Bonefish Grill and I get their house salad and maybe put some shrimp on it, or I put salmon on it. I do love Bonefish Grill's Bang Bang Shrimp appetizer. Last month, I think it was, or maybe it was October, I did go to Bonefish Grill and I actually got myself two orders of the Bang Bang Shrimp appetizer and just water. That's it. I just sat at the bar and nibbled on my shrimp, and I brought my tablet in. It was the middle of the day, nobody was there. I brought my tablet and my headphones in, and I just watched some stuff while I nibbled and chatted with the bartender and had a good old time. So, yeah, I do allow myself those treats maybe once or twice a month to go eat out. Now, I mean, I'm working, so I mean, I've got to do that or I'm going to go stir crazy. I am so isolated here. I have no one here. I am really by myself here. So, I'm really trying to keep myself one occupied, two not so isolated. I have friends here, but everybody's really busy, so we're trying to coordinate. I almost dropped my cup. We're trying to coordinate. Like I have one friend who wants to take me out to dinner, but it's schedule wise is very difficult, and it's just the time of year right now. So I'll hook up with friends when I can. I'm hoping spring will be better, but right now it's like I feel like I'm not seeing anybody. Hello to everybody just jumping on. You've got about 5 more minutes, so ask your questions now. Bye, Makio. Where is your... So I'm not discussing family. I've decided in the new year and from now on that those are things that I won't be discussing. Um, it just gets me in trouble. Long story short, it just gets me in trouble. So I won't be discussing family. As far as you guys know, I am an only... I am by myself. I just happened in this world. I have no family. I just happened to... The stork brought me. I have no family. So, yeah, I'm not discussing family. It's on the list with politics and religion. Family, politics, and religion are things I won't be discussing. uh, um, Doctor says I try to eat a lot of fruit and veggies, but my body doesn't feel satisfied. I be feeling like I need seafood just to feel enough. So my thing with eating fruits and vegetables is you can't overeat with them really, especially fruit. So I eat till I'm full. I don't do I don't follow FDA stuff. I don't follow what you grew up hearing, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 snacks. That's bull. Um, Eat when you're hungry. Don't eat when you're not hungry. As simple as that. So I could eat 7 different times a day. I can eat 4 different times a day. Just depends on the day. Depends on how hungry I get. I do not eat breakfast. I don't necessarily eat when I first get up because I'm not hungry when I first get up. So why am I going to force myself to eat when I'm not hungry? Sometimes I use a little thing of applesauce to take my pills. Although now I've been taking my pills at night or in the afternoon because I'm working at night. So I want my supplements in my body while I'm up and moving. So I usually take those right before I go into work. And so like you saw me take them this afternoon on this video. So on the days off that I'm not working, I take them in the afternoon. But I want my supplements in my body while I'm up and moving, not necessarily while I'm going to sleep because I go to sleep in the day. Anyway, I will make a quick smoothie like this. I didn't finish it, but I'll make a quick smoothie like this in the morning sometimes, and then I'll eat a salad later. I pack lots of fresh fruit in the job. I pack a lot of fresh fruit to take with me to nibble on because I'm more of a grazer. That's just how I eat. I kind of graze throughout the day. I'll eat a big salad, like this whole bag of salad, I'll eat in one sitting for dinner. But, at 2 hours later, I'm going to be hungry. So that's why I have fruit in here. I keep fruit. I go to Aldi or Trader Joe's or whatever grocery store I go to at least twice a week to buy more fruit because one, I don't have a lot of space for it, and two, I eat it a lot. So I get a lot of fruit, as much as I can get anyway. Blueberries and bananas and grapes are my go-to. Right now, all these had cherries for a decent price the other day. So I got cherries, even though cherries, I will sit and eat cherries all at once. I don't like those fake little cherries in the jar. I like real cherries on the stem. So, yeah, I just ate the whole bag of cherries in one sitting. But yeah, so that's just how I do it. Lots of little things to nibble on. I've been buying some cashews here and there for nuts, to give me that, some nuts. Because sometimes you want to crunch something because fruits are very soft. So sometimes you want to crunch. and you want a little bit more of a filling. So I'll eat nuts and fruit together to give me more of a filling. Yeah, that's just how I eat. Ooh, we got just a few more seconds and I'm gonna go. I do not want to know they business. I taught you were staying. Okay. Um, Dealing with having a job in that regard. Do you eat bread? No, I do not eat bread. I do eat crackers sometimes. But when I buy crackers, they stay in here so long they tend to get a little stale. But no, I do not eat actual bread because I don't make sandwiches. I don't eat meat. So what am I gonna eat bread with? Like for meat, to me, bread is like a sandwich. Every once in a while, I get a taste for a bagel, but then I'll just go and buy, go to a place that sells bagels and buy a bagel, like a bakery, because I'm not gonna buy a whole pack of bagels just for one bagel because I have a taste for a bagel. That doesn't make sense. So anyway, I am going to go now. For all of you who just joined me, you can watch the replay in a few minutes once YouTube goes ahead and processes this video, and you've got 2 hours of footage you can watch. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Mwah! I'll see you next time.